Hey, what's up everyone? It's Kellen here from Start Your Systems and welcome back to another edition of Track Walk in MX Simulator, where today we're going to be playing another new banger of a track by JGMX, although when it is a Supercross track he goes by JGSX. JGMT Bike on the forums dropping JGSX 2026 Scuttlebush is what this is called. Bit of a funny name, but this is actually a really interesting track because he names it a Supercross track, as the title suggests, but it's kind of like a hybrid. Like, I think it's maybe the most SMX style test track I've probably ever ridden, and of course I'm going to crash in the first two corners right away, so hopefully we get that out of the way for the rest of the video. But it has like this Supercrossy element on the flat ground that we're on right now, and then it goes up into a hill, and it utilizes the hills to like kind of make some really cool stuff in terms of like rhythm sections and the way that the track flows and everything like that. So already you're getting a little bit of an inclination into what I'm talking about with these few corners after the start, but really cool concept. Kind of makes me wish that this is what SMX was actually like, is having some sort of like outdoor facility that used the side of a hill to make some Supercross elements into it, because I feel like this as an SMX track would be absolutely insane to watch, but then you don't have it at like a cool venue like a Supercross stadium, for example, or what have you. But either way, we'll get into that in a minute. I just wanted to talk about this track first of all and just break it down a little bit. Like I said, a lot of ups and downs. I've definitely played a lot of Supercross tracks in MX Sim that have like rhythm sections on hills, but this one I feel like has rhythm sections mixed with some outdoor elements more so than just straight rhythm sections. Obviously the flat stuff down here, it is just a straight up like rhythm section, Supercross style track rhythm stuff, but up on the hills there's more like rollers and sand sections and different things like that that make it a little bit more hybrid, like I said. So I like how it all ties in together. Lap times hover around the 135 to 145 range for doing laps that you aren't crashing on. For me, it's really difficult because there's two whoop sections, and I'm not good in the whoops in this game anymore. So the whoop sections 3 corners apart from each other really throw me for a bit of a loop. But then the rest of the track is quite a bit of fun to try to dial in some fun lines on. I'm gonna try to take a couple different lines and show the different options, but really I'm so used to just doing this like one main line that I'm doing around the track because I've already put in about 6-7 laps on the track. That I'm going to try to break my brain here a little bit and do something different. So there you go, 141 on the first lap here. We didn't crash, but we definitely had a couple moments. So you can roll down here, table over single, off camber corner here. I like how this section flows too, like out of the off camber, double out, and then you do a little tire tap on these rollers, step up into the corner, and then I try to double into these rollers, then triple, so then you can kind of like just float over the backside of that hill. That's really fun. Then you step up to this little edge right there, then triple onto the table off down here, and then double into the sand. I got to try outside of the sand. I don't even think I've gone out there once just yet. I like how the sand section flows, that you can like double over that last single into this corner, step on, step off down here, triple, and then I like to go over this table, double into the corner, and then the 2 dreaded whoop sections here. So double in, I'll get into third gear and then just kind of blip the throttle across these. Get sketchy as per usual. Launch the single out onto the start here, through this corner. Jump the double, big Supercross triple, and then our second set of whoops right here. So again, come out, get into third gear, blip the throttle through. We're getting sideways and we're going for a ride. Wow, I thought I was actually going to save that for a second, but then we hit the deck. So yeah, like I just really enjoy how this track ties together, because every section of the track kind of feels new, a little bit like different, and kind of presents that more like unique element to each section of the track as well. So I like that, and I like that. I haven't tried it on a 250 yet, but I feel like a lot of these options on a 250 are possible because it doesn't feel too overscaled. Like even this and this little double into the corner, which feels like they should be really big floaters, are actually not. Like you have to check up quite a bit to hit them correctly. And I know people love big booter jumps and being able to throw whips and stuff like that, but I like that in a way, like those jumps are a little bit more technical almost, and present like a bit of a second thought instead of just going into it and launching up the hill. So yeah, it's a really unique, kind of fun, flowy section. I want to try to see if I could get all the way to this single right here by like coming out of the corner at the bottom of the hill and squaring it off a little bit better. But I think this is where my lack of corner speed really gets me. Oh, never mind. We got it. So there you go. Jump over that, then quad, double down into this corner. Like that inside in the sand is super OP, so it just flows really nicely. Oh, we're going to go a little bit around this. Another option right here is going over the table 3, and then you can go 3 again, and then it sets you up perfectly to 4 into the corner. So if you don't want to like have that awkward double on the way out, that's another option line that you could consider taking. And we're going for a ride in the whoops again. I got to get better about feathering the throttle through the whoops. Like that's one thing. The pros in this game are super, super good at just kind of blipping the throttle. And I'm not good. Like I've always been very on or off with my throttle, even though it's on a trigger. I feel like I could almost just have a button throttle with the way that I've always utilized it. It's very on or off. But if we just try to blip our way through the whoops, I almost have to like say it out loud to actually make it work. But that time it worked. We got through the whoops cleanly. Showed a couple different options through here. I feel like it's super OP to double in right here, double again, and then you triple into the corner at the top of the hill. That section is a ton of fun. I also like that he created 2 options right here, as we're going to go for a bit of a ride. But 2 options right here where you could land inside and kind of like soak up the roller as a scrub jump, or this little double in option around the outside. I haven't actually tried if you could take the inside and jump all the way into the finish line. I doubt that that's possible, but maybe it is. I just love the way those 2 jumps kind of flow together. Those little table and then the step up into the corner flows so nicely. This is one of those tracks that I say this often, but I could definitely see myself just mindlessly burning laps late into the evening without even thinking about it. It's kind of one of those tracks where, all right, apologies for the cut there. I don't know why the video just randomly stopped on us, but we're back and we're still putting laps in. But yeah, like I said, this track feels like one of those where the late night combos are hitting and you're just burning laps over and over on this track, similar to when playing Minecraft with the boys and then you start parkouring between your crafting table and the bed and all that funny stuff in your house. Kind of feels like one of those tracks. I don't know how to say that vibe other than that's exactly what it feels like. But yeah, I love JGMX tracks, JGSX tracks, obviously, as it goes by here. I've been called out for saying JGMX when he builds Supercross tracks, but I feel like I should just say JGMT Bike because that's his actual name on the forums. Yeah, like I said, these tracks flow really good. I think what JG also does really good, and I almost kind of wish the RF guys would like get on board with him to use some of his elements, is I feel like his jump shapes are maybe some of the best in the game. Like have a bit of a roll to him, but also good transitions in between. The only thing that's like maybe a detriment is when you come up short on his jumps. They're a little bit peaky and a little bit easier to have a legs off crash on. But I don't know, for Pro Supercross, I guess I don't really mind that because it's supposed to be technical and challenging. But like the rest of the jumps all feel like you could have the transitions go exactly the way you want to. They're not too pointed. Sometimes I feel like with RF tracks, the transitions are so abrupt on the jumps that it just kind of makes like going through a rhythm section not fun. Like you almost have to be really pinpoint accurate through a rhythm section. Whereas a JG track, like you can slightly OJ something, slightly overjump something, or slightly under jump and be totally fine. Like come up short, go long, either direction, it's totally going to be okay because you can kind of just react to that and the suspension will soak it up and you'll be okay. So I like the jump shapes. I definitely like the flow of these tracks. Very, very much of a test track vibe as per usual with a JG track. And I would like to see maybe a few more of these hybrid tracks. Like I don't know if he's planning on building a couple more of these. He's definitely put a couple out in the past. Like this isn't the very, very first hybrid track he's ever done, but I've definitely seen some hybrid tracks in the past of his, and this is probably my favorite, maybe one of the best he's put out. It's definitely got a lot of people talking on the forums, which for this day and age in MX Sim is a good sight to see. Like not many people still active on the forums, but when you have a two-page track thread, it usually means you've done something quite well. So very much a shout out to JG for the track. Definitely recommend checking this one out. It's for free. People sometimes ask about that with MX Sim tracks. Are they still free? Yes, this one is for free. All JG asks sometimes is that maybe people toss a dono his way for putting in the hard work, but always love showing off his tracks, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed seeing this one as well. So this is JGSX Scuttlebush, now available. It's been available for a couple weeks, but first time you guys on the channel might be taking a look at this one. Definitely recommend checking it out. We'll include a link to it in the description below, so you guys can go get it yourself and burn some laps with your buddies. I also actually read from a couple reviews on this that the erode is very good on this track. So put it in a server, turn the erode up, and have a blast. Either way, appreciate you guys stopping by and watching another video here on the channel. This is another edition of Track Walk in MX Sim, Scuttlebush by JGSX. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next one. So long for now.